The fashion label Fendi began trending on Twitter after Ifeanyi Ejiofor, counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, raised the alarm on Thursday that the separatist leader has not been allowed to change clothes since he was arrested and detained in the custody of the Department of State Services. The lawyer alleged that Kanu has been subjected to harsh, degrading and inhumane treatment in the DSS custody, and that prisoners who visit Kanu are subsequently detained as punishment for exchanging pleasantries with the IPOB leader. The lawyer also claimed that Kanu is confined to a very tiny cell, 23 hours of the day, without access to sunlight and any social interactions whatsoever, and believes the punishment is aimed at inflicting extreme emotional and mental distress on Kanu, who has been seen wearing the same Fendi apparel during his court appearances. I mean, there were so many allegations. Ifeanyi Ejiofor and the other lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu alleged the maltreatment of Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody is completely appalling and unfair. I'm not even sure if this is how they treat prisoners that are undergoing trial, Tundu, at this point. So many things like his glasses, medication, he's not allowed to sleep on a pillow, people are not allowed to talk to him. And this outfit, I actually thought that he wanted to just wear it to his court appearance. But now everyone on Twitter is talking about the outfit. Even some people are making mockery, saying that maybe they actually even thought that it was Fendi sponsoring the lawsuit. But that's on a lighter note. But I mean, can you believe all of the allegations, Tundu Abiola?
Nigerians and our gallows humor. When you don't want to cry, you just have to try and make yourself laugh in the face of all kinds of horrors. I have first-hand experience of this, and all I can say for Nnamdi Kanu is that I hope he doesn't go through this for 4 years like my father did. Yes. 4 long years. That was his reality. And the next thing that's going to happen is, because these reports come out and make the federal government look bad, the next thing is that they could stop people from seeing him at all, and he'll just be there all by himself, no access even to a doctor, even to a lawyer, certainly no family members like what we went through as a family. And I saw Nnamdi Kanu during his court appearance, trying to put a brave face on things. Men and their pride, he doesn't want to show. I guess he doesn't want to even sort of weaken the people who really believe in him and support him. He's trying to put a brave face on it, trying to look normal. But what he's going through is the exact opposite of normal, which is why I've sat here on a few occasions and said people should be very careful with their utterances, with their actions, so that they do not get this man killed. It has happened before. It must never happen again. And it's just very sad that here we are in 2021, after my dad died for democracy. We're still having this conversation in 2021 of somebody being treated so appallingly, like they're kind of a serial killer. Under what circumstances should somebody be treated like this? So I'm hoping that the DSS will come out with a statement and completely deny these accusations and prove that the accusations are completely false and that he is being allowed a change of clothes. I mean, really. This is, there's all kinds. We think of, Guantanamo Bay and, water torture and, the loud music blaring as forms of torture. But then solitary confinement is a form of torture.
It is.
Putting somebody in a tiny cell for 23 hours is a form of torture. And it's just really sickening. We're still having this conversation in this country. Over to the DSS. I really do hope that they actually deny this and that denial is true.
Yes, we're waiting for that. Rufai.
I mean, when you look at all the accounts, let's not forget that Nnamdi Kanu has got rights in this country. And those rights, please, for the sake of peace in this country, must be enforced. You can't keep a man without change of clothes for how many months now? The times he has appeared in court, keeps wearing one same clothes. Let him get a change of clothes. If he needs to see his doctors, let him see his doctors. If he needs to talk to his lawyers, let him talk to his lawyers. Because it is a gory experience, being in solitary confinement. My first vivid understanding of this was through the works of Wole Soyinka, The Man Died, his prison memoirs. It is not a good place to be at all. Another experience of this was through the works of A Day in the Life of Denzel Ivanovich. This was another prison account of how gory and debilitating and excruciatingly painful the experience of prison is. The psychological trauma for life is something he'll deal with. People never get out of it. They get panic attacks all their lives. So please, every right possible should be accorded to him. But as I always repeat, how did we get here? We got here because the sufferings of the people were looked away from. We got here because of marginalization. And today, the roster goes on. It is Nnamdi Kanu today, and I ask, who is it tomorrow? At some point, if Isaac Adakaboro was to tell you his experience, he'll say similar things. But when the nation went to war in the 60s, Adakaboro fought on the side of the government. Why do we keep having people that go against the state and they get some legitimacy? The state has to be fair for all.
Absolutely.
In all of this, we keep pleading, if possible, the state has to be fair for all. I'm not saying that anything is a utopia, that if the state starts being fair now, we will not have people agitate. But in all of this, if the state is fair, a lot of people will say, yes, there's a level of fairness. But can we truly say over the years, like in the case of Kensaro, Wiwa and the Ogoni 9, the state was fair? We can't keep doing this to ourselves.
I think you're so lucky to be referring to memoirs rather than real life experience. But if you're talking prison memoirs, Ballad of Red and Gold,
Yeah.
that poem, Oscar Wilde, and for me, my favorite, well, because it's just harrowing, Boethius, in 500 AD or something, the Roman senator, that was eventually executed. His prison memoirs is
So sad. Really.
really, it's
Well,
not.
we're waiting for an explanation on this allegation.